Hello, hello. Welcome to another special podcast of the Get at Gaming podcast. I'm Alex. We have Michaela, and then Ben is a ghost.
I am here only in spirit.
Wow. Are you like Yusuke? Yusuke Urameshi? Are you like right before like when he's trying to like hatch the egg? See, I thought of Yu Hakusho because of your stuff in the back. So
I mean, it's great.
yeah, so I think of Urameshi. Urameshi, it makes spirit sword. And like, that's all I think about. Kuwabara. I love that dub. That dub is actually really good.
I love the dub. I love it way better than sub.
I tried watching the sub and like because I'm a sub person now, but at a certain point I was like, you know what? I'm really nostalgic for these stupid voices. But yes, Ben is with us in spirit. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of things, I feel, but mostly Xenoblade. We're going to talk about why is Xenoblade 3 overhyped, and we're going to have like a really eye-catching thumbnail about us like doing thumbs down or whatever. But I also kind of want to talk about you and your streams. What you got planned for this year?
The year of Yakuza.
Yeah, Ryoka Gotoku.
2025. Yep. I finished Kiwami yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
It's like so good.
The drama on the last chapters were so good. Mm-hmm. I'm hooked. So yeah, 2025, I'm really curious to see how many Yakuza games I can get through.
I think if you really put your mind to it, you're gonna get through maybe up to 6.
I'm trying to get through those ones.
Just get through all the Kiryu ones, and then
yeah, it's a lot.
3. So like you got Kiwami 2. I don't like Kiwami 2 to be honest, because it's on Dragon Engine or whatever that's called. So like it's 30 frames a second, so it feels really heavy and weird. Because the Kiwami 1 is like more or less a PS2 port with some extra stuff. And then Yakuza 0 it also plays really nice. But yeah, it's just Kiwami 2 feels weird. So be prepared for that. There's a part in Kiwami 2, there's like a side story thing that you can do. I never touched it and people got really mad at me. So you're probably gonna have to touch that thing. I'm not gonna go into detail, but just FYI, there's a thing Kiwami 2 that people are gonna make you do. Before we get into this, I want to know, in your opinion, is Nishikiyama a bad character?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's really hard because if I was him, I would do the same thing. Like with the whole thing, without me like spoiling a whole lot, but with, you know, his relationship with his friends and then the Yakuza itself and then the stuff with his sister and then him owing money and everything. I feel like it's kind of inevitable. Like he's going to end up like the way he did.
Yeah.
I don't hate him or anything, but I don't know. I wasn't really focused on him for the game, to be honest. Like I loved how they like gave flashbacks to like what was going on with him as you see him like progress. But he didn't really have an impact on me until like the very end, which I won't say spoilers. And actually, when I was finaleing it yesterday, somebody was like, "Oh, he's the hero of the story."
Yep, and I was actually going to bring that up. Yeah,
I was like, no. Because what he did, he totally didn't have to do that. It was unnecessary.
Dramatic for dramatic's sake.
Yeah, I feel like it was just for him to be even and escape where his life was going to go after.
Yeah, so the reason why people seem to put Nishiki on a pedestal for Yakuza is because they played 0 first. And so 0 is a prequel. And so there's a lot of them doing stuff when they're younger. I'm not going to go into detail because I also don't really remember because I didn't like 0. But
really?
It was too bloated for me. Like I really like Kiwami where like I'm trying to focus on the main story and there's little things here or there. But with 0 and 7 and I don't know, 8 I'm enjoying right now. But like 0 and 7. So like 7 is Like a Dragon, so like the first RPG.
Mhm.
Those and 5. They felt very bloated in their like here's all this side content. Here's all
Yeah,
this
there's a lot.
extra cutscenes, just too many cutscenes. And then 0 also does slideshows for their cutscenes sometimes, and it just looks disgusting. But yeah, I'm interested how you enjoy 0, because that's your next one then, right? You're gonna start 0.
Yeah, in about a week or so. I'm
Okay.
really curious for like their backstories, but I know the game's gonna be a lot. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably take my time so I don't get burnt out on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they're not bad games. The only one that I don't like, especially, is I think I wrote 5 in my list. I'd have to look at it sometime, but it's on Twitter. Like I normally do whenever I beat a Ryoga Gotoku Yakuza game. I go through and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put in my rankings, which one's the best and which one's the worst. And I really like 4 because 4 introduces 2 new characters, but you start off as a new character at the very beginning, and he's like my favorite person, but he never like comes back.
Oh,
So like he's only in
oh,
like
that stinks.
he's only in like 4 and 5 and like a little bit of 6. But
Okay.
but it's like, yeah, that's my favorite. But then like, yeah, a lot of these other ones where people try to tell you, like same thing with you, they're like, you need to play 0 first because that's the one I started with. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
but you want something a little more bite size, and like you want to make sure that you actually enjoy the game series first. So I think that's why
Yeah.
Kiwami is a great choice, because it's a PS2 game. It's very small for what it is. So so yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I really enjoy it. I love Kiryu. Kiryu is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he's a good
Yeah,
character.
yeah, definitely. And Haruka is great as well.
I love her.
Yeah, she's so good, and she just gets better and better. So so yeah, we and so just mostly that. Are you going to go to Chronicles X, right? Maybe.
Okay, I
or
guess we're
or
gonna start the
or do you
Xenoblade
not,
thing.
want to, because of your hate, or not your hate, the hate on you of 3?
So I was wanting to play X, and then did you watch the game trailer yesterday?
No, I didn't on purpose, because I heard that like you can watch to a certain point, and then after that it's spoilers, because it's like all the new features that people like who played the old one should like be like, oh, or something. That's what I thought I heard, but no, I didn't watch the trailer because I didn't want to see anything at all for it.
A little bit of stuff. I don't think it was that
Okay.
spoil, that
Yeah.
spoilish, but I know I watched it. I watched it on stream, which was a mistake because my face the whole time wasn't great. Um, I was like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't like the look of it. I know it's more of an MMO, kind of
Yeah,
style,
it
and you
has
build
online
mechs and
stuff to it.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I get that. Like I'm going with the open mind, but I knew they're supposed to add more story
Hmm.
to it versus the Wii U version. And when they showed the little bits of story, mm, I don't think I'm gonna like it. I think it looked a little bland.
It feels too Western from what I've seen to it. Like
Yeah,
it
I don't
feels like a
know.
Western RPG to it.
Yeah, it just seems like a really like story-wise, it seems like a really basic
Yeah.
JRPG, and I'm way past that. I feel like that's if you're newer
Hmm.
to like gaming or MMOs. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna hold my attention span, to be honest, besides the
Yeah.
open world mech stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I've never played it. I bought it for Wii U, and then I was like, cool, I'm gonna play this soon. And then they announced that one. And so
Same.
yep. Yeah. So so yeah, that happened. But yeah, so what's your experience, I guess, with Xenoblade first? Did you ever play it on Wii?
No, I remember when it came out on the Wii,
Hmm.
and I did want to play it. The graphics were a little wonky. I think that's why I didn't
Yes.
play it. But I was definitely interested in the characters, and then when they add like Shulk to Smash and stuff, I was still wanted to play it, and I never got to it.
Okay. So a little backstory for me. For me, I bought it on the Wii when it came out. I bought two of those Project Rainfall games or whatever, like that push where people were like, please bring me the last story, please bring us Xenoblade, and I think the other one was like Pandora's Tower or something. There were three
Mm-hmm.
Wii games that were like stuck in Japan and or Europe that just weren't being brought here for some reason.
Yeah.
And so Xenoblade, people complained enough, and then finally Nintendo was like, here, you want it, here you go, and now it's super popular. So should have done it earlier. But instead of partnering with GameStop, where they took a lot of their things and made it really expensive by turning all their new to used and trying to sell the game for like $90 at the time.
Yeah.
I forget if I was working there at that time. Maybe not. But yeah, I played on the Wii. Played maybe about a third to almost a half of it, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it because it looked crunchy. The graphics were horrible.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy the combat because I hate that, or at the time especially, I hated the MMO style auto battling combat and choosing your specials and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand it, to be honest. I got through the game. I understood enough, but I understand 2 and 3's combat so much better, and even then 2's super complex.
I know,
But
I'm like, one's the easiest.
yeah, but
Actually, 3's probably the easiest.
yeah, 3 is probably the easiest, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I played on Wii. I didn't enjoy it, and then I still have can I move this way? I still have it, which came with my pre-order. Which
Oh.
is like it's like book that like shows different things. This is for the Wii version, and I kept that, but I sold the game. But I think I had a soundtrack with it too, maybe, but I don't know what happened to that. And so I yeah, didn't like it, so I wrote it off, and then I saw Shulk appear in Smash, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then Xenoblade 2 started happening, and I still wrote it off. And I was like, whatever, I don't care about this. And something happened to where I bought the game because it was on sale, and for Wii, for Switch, the definitive edition. I ended up buying definitive edition. I was like, was I just stupid, and did I just throw away like a good game just because, or a good story and stuff, just because it was on the Wii and I just didn't know how to play RPGs, certain RPGs at that time. And so I took a chance. I bought the game, I played it, and I beat it, and I think I stopped and started, and then I think you were starting to play it, and then that made me pick it back up again, and then I think we kind of beat it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then after that, after that ending of the first game, I'm like, well, I guess I'm playing 2, and I guess I'll buy 3 and just go through it. And yeah, so you just started with the Switch games pretty much, right? Like you just started 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2,
Yeah.
Torna 3. So okay. I don't know how I want to go for this. So I mean, I guess I've been talking a lot. What do you want to talk about these Xenoblade games? Why you like them? Why you hate them?
Um, I don't know. They're also different from each other between 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm curious on comparing the DLCs when I get the third one done. Yeah. No, I was the same way when I started with 1. I took like a 3 or 4 month break when I got to like the halfway point of it. And I really didn't know if I actually liked it. I was like, I don't think I like this game. It's weird, and I've talked to everybody who I've gotten to play 1, they all say the same thing. Like, they get to that halfway point, which I feel like every Xenoblade is like that.
Yeah,
Like,
and then there's a reveal, and then you're like, oh, I gotta keep going.
Yeah, there's like a dry spell. It's always like around like chapter 6 or 7 is where it kind of falls off, and then you take a break, and you're like, then you get back into it. I was like that with 1. The finale of 1 is my all-time favorite out of all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Love it. And I thought it was kind of funny that Final Fantasy 16 copied it in a way.
Yep.
Which I feel like nobody else says that. I feel like I'm like one of the few people who actually
I completely agree.
compares that. It's almost the same exact thing, but
Yeah.
Xenoblade did it better.
It's almost the same as that. It has some Evangelion type stuff to it too.
Yes,
like,
I
there's
made
a
those
lot
comparisons
of
too. And then with 3, I always compare it to Evangelion and Attack on Titan, and people think I'm like making the wildest like accusation with it.
No,
I'm like, did you watch them?
No, people don't watch anime. They just complain about it online. That's all they do.
I'm just like, it's so inspired by that. That's why I do like 3. I really do like 3, how I was inspired by those, because those are some of my favorite animes. But I love all 3 games, but just in so many different ways. Like,
Yeah.
I love the characters from 1. That's my favorite finale. 2, the characters are my all-time favorite.
They're great.
The story's okay. It's not crazy, but the characters are so good.
Yep.
Like, I love Zeke, the Zekinator. That's my favorite character. I wish there was more of him in that game. That's my husband. I love him. And then 3 has really good characters, but they're just so different from the style of the other 2 games.
Selfish.
So it was kind of hard.
Dry.
I say all the. You give me PTSD for my YouTube comments. No, I said selfish. I said dry. What else did I say? I got so much hate for all of those comments, especially with Noah. I'm not a fan of Noah. I know I have a Noah amiibo in my room, but I got it for Mio.
Yeah, I have them as well because I have all the others, so I was like, I have to get them, I guess. And no, yeah, I agree. Noah is one of the worst characters in Xenoblade, and it's weird that he is your main protagonist, but maybe that's kind of the point.
No, I think it is the point, and I 100% understand why he is the way that he is with the way he was raised and the universe they're in. I totally get it, but he's just more of a side character to me and not the main protagonist who's supposed to like save everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but that's just what I think of Noah. I don't know. It just him compared to Shulk. I just have high expectations because Shulk was just such a good character.
He's just a good boy, just in general. Like
Yeah.
he's a well-respected.
He's best boy.
Yeah.
He's best boy. And I love Rex, but Rex is a dumb kid. So like
Yes.
I cut Rex some slack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Noah's like 50-50. I feel like they kind of combined Shulk and Rex in a way, and they made Noah, but just drier.
Yeah. Yeah, he is very dry. Like he just doesn't really have much of a I wouldn't say a purpose, but like a soul.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, if I was a main character of a video game, I would probably kind of be like Noah.
Yeah.
I have no determination. I would probably be like that.
Yeah. But we'll get into spoilers maybe a little bit here about Xenoblade, but yeah, so yeah, one best ending, 2 best characters, 3 best gameplay, probably. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I do like the gameplay. You know, that's funny though, because I do like the gameplay in 3, but I'm probably the only one who's going to say I actually love the combat in 2.
Yeah, 2's is better.
And the DLC.
I like having the connections and like doing all the special stuff to that. And then from what I played of Torna, because I stopped playing Torna because people Michaela told me to stop playing Torna. She said it's bad. She said it's a bad game.
It's just
a long game.
It wouldn't have been bad if the side quests weren't forced. When they force you to do 40 fetch me quest, and then there's like 10 minutes of the final battle after that, it hurts.
Yeah, I can.
There was just no effort.
Yeah, and like the problem with Xenoblade 2 especially, you're kind of not punished, but like there's so many side quests in that game. You're like, oh, don't worry about it. I don't need to do all these because there's just a million of these in 2. because at a certain point I had to make myself stop doing side quests in 2.
You have to.
Yeah,
You'll
because
put
otherwise,
like 200 hours in the game just doing side quests.
yeah, exactly. And so when you're playing Torna, which would be the logical next thing to play, then you're in your mindset, you're like, oh, I'm not doing side quests, but then you have to do them. That's stupid.
No, I thought that was a really bad idea with the Force community thing.
Is
Like,
it?
I know they're trying to stretch the game out because
Yeah.
it's so short,
Mhm.
but they should have done something differently. I don't. Maybe it was like 5 Force side quests, not 40.
Have you met anyone who's played Torna before 2? I'm curious if there are people like that.
No, but I wish I did it that way. That was the first thing I said, like when I was streaming 2, the DLC to 2.
Mhm.
As soon as I finished it, I was like, I wish I played this one first.
But do you think that you would have been turned off by the whole like Force community stuff though?
Probably.
And then maybe would have been a little more down on 2.
Yeah, I probably would have been like, oh God, like, I bet 2 is going to be worse. Like, I probably would have had that idea. But if you played 1 before and you realize how many side quests are in 1,
yeah,
I think you'd be fine if you played the DLC first.
Yeah. I still haven't played the DLC really in Definitive Edition.
Oh, I actually really love that one.
Because I started it for a tiny bit, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play 2. Because I really want to play 2. And I never went back.
Short.
Yeah.
It's also really short. Like, you could probably finish it in, like, maybe 2 days.
Okay.
I did make some mistakes in it, because I think it did take me, like, 3 streams to do it. And I did miss some side content in it, because there was, like, some characters, and I was like, man, I only saw that character for, like, 2 seconds. And then somebody was like, oh, you missed, like, a side quest for it. And I was like, dang it.
Okay.
But no, I think that DLC is really good. That one's my favorite so far, but we'll see if 3 beats it. But I was just happy to be shulking Melia again.
From what little I played of 3, especially the beginning, I think it's already just gonna be your favorite of that DLC. Like the very beginning stuff, it's just gonna be very much a oh what, and then you'll be just so happy.
I hope so, because that's how I felt about 3 in the beginning, because chapter 1 was so good. It was so cinematic, and I was like, oh my God, this is what I want. And then it kind of just went downhill until chapter 5. And then chapter 5 was really good, and then the rest was eh.
So now I'm thinking about it. I think the reason as well why I stopped Xenoblade on the Wii, because I did not enjoy the UK cast. I thought it was really weird when I was younger.
Because you play all yours in Japanese,
now
right?
I do. Yeah, I did for all of them.
Okay, see, I'm the opposite. I haven't played any of them in Japanese. I said when I was going to do New Game Plus for 2, I was going to play it in Japanese, but I haven't started
Be
yet.
warned, though, because as I've said in other things as well, they have dub titles, they have dub names. So, like, certain characters have different names than what they say there.
Yeah, I forgot about that, actually.
So it is annoying when you... Because I don't know half of the villains' names anymore, because they say, like, a different name than what's written there, and so I forget. I thought it was a really interesting design choice that... I guess I'm not going to bring up the obvious part. I don't know if you know about this, but I don't want to bring it up right now. I thought it was an interesting design choice that all the villains were designed by Nomura.
Yes, which
they looked kind of out of place as well, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky topic, because when I see like the art for it outside of the games, you know, like where it looks like the Kingdom Hearts art and whatnot, love it. Yeah, but I actually didn't know that until I was like probably halfway through 2 that he worked on it.
Okay. And then like that's one thing I really do like about 2, is that all the guest artists and stuff for all of those different blades, and I love a gacha, especially one that you don't have to pay for, and so I loved rolling for blades and just seeing if I got anything cool. And then if I didn't, I would just the generic robot blades, I would just burn them, and then I would just keep rolling for like until I got like a fancy one.
I love the gotcha system in 2. Everybody I've talked to, they're like, I hated that. I was like, I thought that part was great. I hate collecting the core crystals to do it because you really have to round some up.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's why 2. There's a lot of things with 2, like you said, the characters, the story is okay, the story's still good. And besides that one part in that one chapter, I forget which chapter it is, like 9 or 10, or whichever one, where you had to have certain abilities in order to progress.
I think that was 7.
7, okay. Yeah.
Because when I was on that chapter, I'm pretty sure it was 7 where you had to like run through the cave and stuff
Yes, you
like
had to
that
do
and
the
have all those
cave,
abilities.
and then there's one for like getting rid of like vines or something too.
I was so
Um,
close to quitting.
yeah, because I think I warned you about that.
You did.
Yeah,
You told me ahead of time, and I thought I was good
yeah.
on my affinity chart and stuff. I wasn't even close. It took me forever, and I would use like the specific items to like pull blades like
Hmm.
of that genre. I would never get them
Yeah,
to be able to do stuff properly. Like I got so messed up in chapter 7. Like I really thought I was gonna quit the
I thought
game
so
and just
too.
watch the cutscenes.
I really thought so as well, but like as most RPGs do, honestly, most modern RPGs do, there is that here, let's artificially make the game difficult to make it longer. Um
That one chapter every time.
like I'm playing Infinite Wealth, the latest
Oh,
Yakuza
yeah.
Gotoku, and there's certain parts of this game where I feel like I'm fighting every enemy, and then there's
Ugh.
certain parts where it's just like, all right, do you want to go to this next place? Here's the level you should be, which is like 3 levels above what I am, and my rank is like 3 above than what I am right now. But I'm like, I'm not avoiding fights, I'm fighting things. I don't know why I'm not the level that they want me to be. So I have to go and just run into things because that one's a turn-based one. So I'm just running into
Yeah.
things and just grinding and just fighting. And so I turn on like a podcast or something and listen while I'm doing that, which isn't the
Yeah, I
worst thing
watch
in the world.
TV when I grind a game.
Yeah. But the problem is with that, and especially 7, as you'll see eventually, but who knows with you. Um,
I
I
know.
I don't
You're
like the
tempting me
grinding.
to okay, I don't mind grinding, especially after playing 10 this past year.
Yeah.
I spent hours off stream just grinding in 10. So I'm not completely against it, but you are making me want to skip like 3, 4, 5, and 6 and just move on to the 7 series of Yakuza.
No, you can't do that though, because those are
Ugh.
3, 4, 5, 6 might be my number 2. I forget. I have to look at my list, but like 6 is so good. Yeah, I think
I know
4 is
it's
my
gonna
number
be
1.
good. I just have so many to play. I just want to play the
Yeah.
new pirate game. That's all I want to do.
So that's why I'm playing this Infinite Wealth, because I want to try to beat it before Pirates, because I've never been like on the same page. Like when a new game comes out, I'm always like 1
Same.
or 2
I want to
behind.
be in the loop.
Yeah. And like I'm on like chapter 6 or 7 right now of Infinite Wealth, so we'll see how far I get with that. But yeah, Xenoblade is a game. Xenoblade 3. So yeah, I didn't play Torna because I stopped because you said like, listen, it's not really worth it. So
It just takes too much time to get through all the
and
community stuff.
I bought that game from Canada because I did that one stupid thing, and like I bought it from, what was it, VGP or whatever. I might have sent you that
Yeah.
too. And so I bought that, and I bought Persona 5 for PS5 since I couldn't find that anywhere. And so,
Oh.
or at least for a good price, I should say. It was like
Yeah,
20
that's
bucks.
weird.
And so I bought Torna, and it was sealed and it was brand new. So it had the DLC codes in there, so I could type them in. And then I also had yeah, whatever else I bought. But and I was just waiting because I was like, oh, I shouldn't play 3 yet because Torna. I shouldn't do this because of Torna. And then I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna play 3 because I'm not gonna find Torna in a while. And then I tried to go back to Torna after I started like a tiny bit of 3, and no, I can't do this now.
If you're just limited on time, I just told everybody else, just watch the cutscenes
It's not that
for
I'm limited on
Torna.
time. Like I really did enjoy the Torna gameplay and stuff, but if it's not worth my time, then I don't
Mm-mm.
think I should give it my time.
No, and the final battle was a joke too. I think I beat it in like 2 minutes because you do all the community stuff, so you get all the experience and whatnot. So
Yeah,
you're kind of like
super powered.
overpowered. So like, yeah, the finale was like 2 minutes for
Wow.
me. Like I got through the battle, and the cutscene's really good for the finale, but it wasn't long enough in my opinion.
Okay. So let's go back to 3 here. We can kind of, I get, not necessarily wrap up, but like wrap up our Xenoblade discussion. And so 3 is an overhyped game. Is very overhyped. We enjoyed it. I would say we both enjoyed the game. What? I'm trying to be
I know.
nice.
Careful with your wording.
Try and be nice. At the same time, I don't know if I want to be nice. You know, I'm the guy who says I hate Skyrim. So,
I've never played Skyrim. I know it's janky, but everybody loves it.
Game. It's not a good game. It's like I love Fallout 3, but like Fallout 3 is like janky as well, you know? Just one's dragons and one's apocalypse. So with Xenoblade 3, why do you think okay, I got my
I know what you're trying to ask, but like it's hard to...
How many of the fans of Xenoblade 3 do you think have actually played 1 and 2 and or Torna?
Not even half.
Okay, thank you.
Not even half. I would say if I'm giving like an accurate percentage, I would say like 25 to 30%.
I'm curious if they also played the DLC. Because I don't think they're gonna understand anything from that DLC.
You would be so out of the loop. It would just be
You're out of the loop with 3 as well.
Yeah, you wouldn't be horribly out of the loop, but it definitely wouldn't make a significant impact on why you even played 3.
All right, people listening, whatever, watching, spoilers are happening, because I want to complain about 3, so it's gonna be a great time. All right, so I thought it was so cool when we saw Xenoblade 2 characters, and like when we saw Melia. I was like, wait, is that Melia? What is happening? This is super cool and neat. And then they don't do anything with it. Like, they don't do anything at all. The only thing you see is the meme picture that I've seen before at the end, because I thought it was part of the DLC, but it's not. It was part of the end of this game, where you just see Rex is just like, yo, what's up? I had a kid with everybody. And it's like, this is the stupidest harem anime like ending ever.
I have that picture right here on my shelf. I got it as a gag gift for Christmas, and I was so mad.
It's so stupid. Mad.
No, because the finale, I love the finale of 3. Like, the finale saved the game for me.
It did.
Because it went back to 2 characters. But then I saw that picture, and it ruined everything. Ruined everything for me.
Yeah, because she looks at the picture and looks fondly at it. I'm like, why are you looking fondly at this weird relationship that you all...
Oh my god.
I don't get it. And like, that's not the end of... That's not the end of 2. Like, the end of 2 wasn't like romantic at all. If anything, he had romance for Pyra. I can't think of names. Yeah.
Well, he loves everybody, remember?
Yeah, that's true. So I guess, and then it is canon. Yeah, you're right. He does just have kids with everyone, even Zeke. Probably.
No, because when that part came up when I was streaming 3, everybody in my chat was like, "I love you and you guys." When he says that to Nia, and I was dying. I was hysterically dying. I was like, I'm so mad. I was like, I feel like I got trolled by the game.
You did, and maybe that was just them trolling us, but. I just feel like wimpy little kid. No way that happened.
I don't know.
This is
Yeah,
just this
I
is
need to play the DLC.
some fan fiction, like some creator insertion or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
I need answers.
yeah, exactly. It was really weird, but like seeing but yeah, seeing Xenoblade 2 characters, like that's when the game I thought was going to ramp up. But then
Mhm.
it does have that lull right after that. Like you said,
Yeah.
a long lull. Very, very
I'm so
long.
butthurt about it.
I did all of the except the last person that I couldn't find because I think he's special. I've done all of the heroes. I've gotten all the heroes except the last one.
Oh, I
Um,
skipped 2, I think, the last 2 of them.
okay. One of them's interesting. I don't know. Did you get the guy who is technically bad?
The pirate guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually really like that.
Yeah.
That quest and the Miyabi one
Yeah.
are probably my favorites.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, I never got the last one because I kept saying, I was like, oh my gosh, his silhouette looks really cool and different.
Mm-hmm.
But then everybody was telling me his fighting system is kind of like the pirate ones where it's like really complicated with all that tutorial. I didn't even use a couple of the heroes because I did not understand the tutorial.
I had like 3 healers on my teams at all times.
I did too.
Just because like there are certain parts of the game where there's like, all right, we're just gonna one hit KO you, and this.
You played on normal, right?
I think I played on easy at a certain point. I think near the end, I was just like, I just want to get out of this game.
Yeah, I played easy the whole time. There was like a few times where I needed to heal like 3 healers, but I think I mainly used 2. But there'd be some BS thing that would happen and I would just get killed in 2 seconds. I was like, I'm on easy mode.
Yeah. I think I played. Yeah, I think that's what I did with most of these games. 2, I think I switched to easy near the end because I was just getting tired of just dying to a main boss.
Yeah, I died multiple times.
And then in 1 at that halfway point, I was like, I don't understand the system. So I just went easy, and then I was still having trouble. But the good thing is that like because I did normal and then easy, I still had like more experience that I feel than what I was supposed to for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And so like for a bit I was just cruising along because I was just over leveled for what they thought I was going to be, I guess.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So but like yeah. So but yeah, I'm curious if when we both revisit 3 in the DLC, what we think of that. And I feel like that's a separate enough thing to where that's not 3. It's kind of like with Torna, except they didn't release it as a own cart for some reason.
I know.
Even though I think it's longer than Torna. But
I know, I wish they did that.
yeah, I would love that. So with Xeno in general, do you have plans? I guess you did talk about on your streams and stuff. Do you have plans then to play at least like Xenogears or something like that here in the future?
You know, I was going to like I was going to continue with all the rest of the Xeno saga, but I have like the worst luck with emulating for some reason. No matter how I go about it, it just like I feel like it always crashes on me on my computer. I did just upgrade my computer, so maybe I won't have the problem now, but I would cry if I was playing an older game where you know you don't have a save point every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it crashes on me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the original games are a little pricey, and then I have to figure out how to hook up my PS2 to my stream and stuff. So I was just like, I'll get to them one of these days. But yeah, it's I was getting really burnt out on just traditional fantasy JRPGs.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to Yakuza.
Yeah.
And now I'm hooked because I love drama. Like
so
I
good.
love really good, like realistic drama.
Yep.
Like the drama in the Xenoblade games is good, but like I'm ready to move on. I've been a fantasy style JRPG streamer for like how many years now? Like I'm burnt out.
Yeah, it's
like
you're watching a TV like a live action TV drama essentially
Yes.
with Yakuza, like when you're watching the actual cutscenes. Like it takes itself way too seriously, and then you get to those stupid, wacky side quests.
No, that's what I love
Yeah.
about it. I wish more. Well, okay, maybe that's why I like Xenoblade 2 so much.
Yeah, because
Because
it is wacky and
it's
serious.
stupid. Like I
Yeah.
love it. It has its really serious moments, but then there's like a lot of funny anime style
Yeah.
moments in it, and that's why I love 2.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Whereas with
that's what I'm
3,
moving on with.
yeah, whereas with 3, like, yeah, they're all blank slates on purpose because they're all just children of war, but you don't get the same types of
There's like no humor.
yeah, there is almost no humor, and
Like
the
Lands gives a few funny, sassy sayings or something, but that's like kind of it.
like the only humor I would say is more for us than the actual characters themselves experiencing
Yeah.
it. Like where you're just like, oh, you're so desensitized by war, you're all just bathing together. That's kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like just like stuff like that, like they don't understand, and then until, like, again, we talk about spoilers, but like until like they're in like the city and they realize like this is how kids are made.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But like they finally like realize like, oh, we're human, we have shame, we have humility, we have all these things, and then there's humor to that to a degree, but they don't touch on that enough to really make them good.
It's more like they're just blindsided by all of it. There's not really humor to it, which is fine. I'm fine with playing super serious games, but it was just so different compared to the first 2.
Yeah, because even 1 had humor. The
Yeah.
first game did. Yeah, for sure.
With Shulk and Rhine. I
yeah,
love
it's Rhine. It's
He's
Rhine
a hoot.
time. Yeah, that's the thing I know, because I did play most of that game dubbed or whatever back on the Wii. But okay, cool. I guess I don't really want to talk about Xenoblade, but okay. So with Xeno, so yeah, you're not gonna go for any of those. So you're doing Yakuza, Ryoga Gotoku. I call them Ryoga Gotoku now, because now they're called Like a Dragon, and that's what that means. And so if I just say that, that's the catch-all for every single series. I sound pretentious, but like that's what I do. So
I'm too lazy to remember that.
yeah, or you can just come RGG games.
Oh yeah, that's what I usually hear.
Yeah, because like
RGG.
Yeah, because like that's a studio, and then that's what they're called. But on your journey of that, I'm assuming you're just gonna play mainline stuff first, and then maybe go to side stuff later if you enjoy
With
it.
Yakuza?
Yeah, so like Ishin or with the Judgment, Lost Judgment, that kind of stuff.
I would love to play those. I'm actually really interested in Ishin, just because I've seen like the get-ups and stuff like they wear.
Fun. Yeah.
It looks really fun. I just can't see myself getting to those like probably years from now.
Yeah. And you shouldn't,
if I'm
because there's certain characters in those that like Ishin especially, it's telling Japanese folklore or Japanese history, but with those characters. And so there's certain characters where they substitute, where it's like, oh, Majima's this guy, Kiryu's this guy. And so there's a certain point, I think maybe up until maybe 4 or 5, is where then you would have met all the characters.
Okay.
I think I would have to double check, because I think Ishin, or maybe that's the other one, but one of them or both of them used to be PS3 games. So
I think I did hear something about that.
So yeah, so there's that, and then Judgment were PS4 games, and now PS5. So
yeah, it's gonna take me forever to get through this series. We were counting how many games I have to get through and stream the other day, and I just don't see it being possible, but we'll try.
Yeah. What you have to do, jeez, I'm trying to reach over here. Play these sometime. These are PSP.
Oh, I've seen these before.
So these have fan translations online, so I'm thinking about hooking it up and playing through them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so like the new characters and everything too. So I don't know who all these people are.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because like uh that series has such a huge cast of characters and so many different
Mhm.
like clans and like stuff that isn't touched on, that you could really continue this series and not use Kiryu, not use Kasuga, like the new guy. You
Yeah.
could just do side stories like this. I'm shocked that they're not trying that still, but
I don't know.
it's just weird because like these are stuck on PSP and they're Japanese only. So I
Yeah.
mean, Ishin was Japanese only until last
What?
year, a couple years ago.
Yeah, I was like, was a year or two ago?
Yeah. So and then there's another one that's more like feudal Japan as well. I think it's like Kenzan or something like that. Um,
Oh,
it's
yeah, I don't
also
think
PS3.
that one didn't get talked about a lot, right?
Yeah, because I confuse it with Ishin because they're kind of the same ish.
Same style.
Yeah, but yeah, you got a lot on your plate, so I'm happy that you
I
enjoy.
know.
I'm happy that you enjoy it.
I wish I started like a year ago.
But then you wouldn't have beaten Xenoblade, you know?
No, that's true. And that was another thing I goofed up on was Xenoblade. I played one like a long time ago and I wish I just went bam bam bam, but I
Yeah. See,
didn't.
this is why I don't stream. I don't do I never did like big JRPGs because I get burnt out on
Too.
stream, and then I'm just like, man, I don't like this at all, but I have to keep going. But if it's something like Kingdom Hearts, then I love it. Or if it's Dot Hack is such a generic like PS2, not generic. It's just like a grindy PS2 RPG that it feels good. Like it's just really fun to just attack
Mhm.
things and go through a dungeon, go to a next dungeon, go to the next dungeon. Um, so like I like those types of games. So that's why I'm really liking a little bit of segue. I'm really liking Metaphor because Metaphor scratches that itch of like dungeon crawling.
It looks
Um,
really good. I just can't put the time in to play
yeah.
Atlas games.
Yeah, and like that's how I am kind of right now as well. It's just like there's certain games that I have. Like I got Metaphor recently. I got the 1 through 6 Final Fantasy collection for Switch, the re-release. I got that physically.
Okay.
And then I got Dragon Quest 3 remake, and then I got Sonic Generations, the new one.
Okay.
And so like I'm playing some of those, and then sometimes I'm like, should I be streaming this? And then I realize my own sanity. I'm like, I don't want to stream this.
No, you have to have your own games to play to yourself. You
Yeah,
can't force every game to be a stream game. It's exhausting and it gets old so quickly.
yeah. Like I have a friend who really wants me to play, and I will probably do these eventually, but he really wants me to play like Xeno Saga on stream and stuff like that, or like other stuff like that. He kept bugging me and was like, "Man, when are you gonna stream Xenoblade? When are you gonna stream Xenoblade? I love Xenoblade. I love Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 3. You know, you beat Xenoblade 2, now you gotta play Xenoblade 3." I kept telling him, I was like, just go watch your streams. I was like, I'm not playing this. I'm playing this on my own, dude. And so now he wants me to play Xeno Saga because I own all of those. Like, I love to go through those, and the way that I've been doing stuff lately, which I guess is legal, um, I own all these games. I own all these games physically. What I've been doing,
Hmm.
I what I did recently, I took this, which is Xenogears.
Yeah.
I took this. There's 2 discs in here, and I copied those onto an emulator, and running them with better graphics, and then I don't have to actually run the disc off of my PS3. Like I could play this on PS3 because
Yeah.
PS3s are PS1s with HDMI, but like I don't want to. So
Understandable.
yeah, so like same thing like when I tested out my PS2 emulator because I own all these games. I've been wanting to put stuff on a hard drive for preservation's sake. Because like I own all these .hack games and they're really expensive, and so it'd be really cool to play .hack again in better quality instead of my janky setup that like was really cool at the time. Like I was playing with a real PS2 and I had the RetroTink upscaler and all that stuff, but like that's a lot of work to do. Let me just plug in my PS5 controller into my computer and just let me play.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, so yeah, someday I'll play Xenogears, and Xenogears is queued up, so I might be doing that here soon eventually. But Xenosaga is also there because I want to justify my purchase. That's why I streamed .hack, because I finally got part 4 of .hack like that year or something, and I realized like I'm never gonna play this unless I actually like commit myself to like I'm gonna stream this, and so
yeah,
then I actually
that's how I
played
get
through
my
all of
money's
it.
worth.
Yeah, so $250. No, I got it for cheaper than that. How much was this? Oh, there's no sticker on it. Never mind. But this is Xenosaga 3. I think I got this for like 180. So
okay.
it used to go for like over 300 and stuff like that, but it has 2 discs and all that and has the manual. But yeah, I need to justify my purchases. We gotta play all these games, Michaela, and then we can justify our stuff, but then we just keep buying more games, and just
I've actually been really good. I haven't been buying as many games until I know I'm actually gonna play them. Or the ones I do buy, I do force myself to play. Like the shirt I'm wearing. Silent Hill 2.
yeah?
That game was $70. I hated playing it, but I beat it. Hate every moment of that game, but I beat it.
I've never played a Silent Hill.
I didn't either until Remake came out, and I struggled so badly. I probably would never play it again.
Is that the one with the dog alternate ending? And is the dog alternate ending in that game?
There is a dog alternate ending. There's like 10 alternate endings.
Okay, because I remember the original one, there was that. I just didn't know if it was in Remake or not.
Yeah,
okay,
I watched
awesome.
my mod go through all the all the endings. It was funny.
Cool. Well, anything else you're up to besides just Yakuzing? Anything like that? Anything else on the horizon? Any new games that you're looking forward to?
I'm playing Astrobot this weekend. Game of the year.
It is the game of the year.
I'm excited. I was rooting for it to be game of the year. I didn't even play it, but one of my friends got for me for Christmas, I actually just unpackaged it, so I'm really excited to play this weekend. Am I good at platformers? No. We're gonna try.
It's so good, and it's hard but rewarding at certain points. Like you'll be fine on normal stuff, but when you get to like the extra little side things, they're short enough to where I feel like they're doable until the very last one. The very last one is like, hey, do all of this without dying.
Oh no. Yeah, I was watching a friend stream it yesterday or the day before, and she was getting towards the end of it. And I had a peek. I had to know what I'm getting myself into. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, the normal like modes and normal levels and stuff are like fine. But like when you're doing all the extra stuff, and the extra stuff is really fun, but like it gets really, really difficult. So
yeah, I'm weird too. I'm not good at platformers with a controller. I have to do handheld, like a Game Boy.
Huh. Okay. So like
I don't
2D.
know why.
Like 2D
I guess because I
platformers
grew up that way. No, like an actual like Game Boy, like a Game Boy Advance or like a DS or whatever. I guess because I grew up that way, playing platformers, but like I can't do it with a controller. I don't.
Interesting.
It's I know it's just my brain, but I like can't. I don't know. I guess it doesn't get me in the zone with controller. Feels different.
How you feel then about like Mario? I don't know, like Mario 64 or something like that.
Okay, don't hate me. I never finished Mario 64 as a kid. I never played it on the Switch either. I have it. Never played it.
I mean, Mario 64 is a really good game.
It's
But
janky.
it is janky on almost everything except the Switch version and the N64. All the other emulations feel off. It's because of the dead space in the stick. The stick of the N64 is there's so much space in there for moving up and down that they really want you to like walk slowly, walk fast if you like do it all the way, because there's like a lot of like sneaking portions, like again, like by that fire flower or the piranha plant, and like there's a lot of I don't know, like versatility or something like with the controller and the controls and stuff. But on like Wii U or on like the Switch online or something like that, like they just, it feels off because that stick wasn't made for that. They're digital, they're not analog sticks. So you might be better though with the Switch remake of that, because I think they do take that into account.
And I do have it. I have that physical copy. I bought it right when it came out.
Yeah.
Never touched it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun. Sunshine's a good game too, but like
that one's hard for me.
You need to
like play on the GameCube.
What you need to do is plug in a GameCube controller with the GameCube controller adapter and play it that way, because it works.
Okay.
Because the analog trigger is on the.
I do have it for my game, like my physical GameCube.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone back to it because I remember being frustrated as a kid.
Yeah.
Playing it.
Like you could definitely do that, or like I said, if you have like the Smash Bros like adapter thing for the Switch, then you can use your controller that way and play it on Switch. Yeah, because there is an update to make that work.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, because I used to do that for some of those games, but and then Galaxy just feels weird on Switch. I love Galaxy, but I think that's a Wii only
I
game.
Struggled with it on the Switch, especially the Pro Controller. I had to play a handheld instead.
Yeah,
like with the actual Switch.
That's how I was doing it, because I couldn't do it with Pro Controller. It felt really weird and off, or just playing or playing with the two things on its own, because like you have to play like a Wii. That's how it's designed. But anyway, yeah, we had a lot of side tangents there, but it was a fun time. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, not a problem. If people don't know you, can you please introduce yourself and say where they can find you? And I don't know, do you have a schedule? Do you actually have like a set schedule, or do you like kind of change?
I do have a set schedule. So if you guys don't know me, I'm a full-time streamer. My name is Gluten Free Waifu on all my socials with a little underscore between free and waifu. I'm mainly on Twitch. I do post my edited VODs on YouTube because my streams go from anywhere from 5 to 6 hours, and it's a lot of yapping. So I condense those down to about an hour on YouTube. I don't know how it's possible, but I make it, easy for everybody. But I'm on Blue Sky, Twitter, YouTube, Lemon, TikTok, but I think those are all about to go away here.
Who knows about TikTok? But then I saw something recently, like maybe today or something, where people are like, Lemon 8 is also owned by the same like ByteDance stuff, so like that's gonna go away too.
Confused because everybody was like, go to Lemon 8, so I did, but I didn't know like they like actually owned Lemon 8 because everybody kept saying, oh, it was a sister app, so I just thought it was supposed to be like TikTok.
I think it's just like
posting on there.
I think it's just like hey, we still want your business, just go over here, and then until Lemon 8 gets banned, then we'll go over here and then go over here. Like I think it's gonna be like a tether like that.
So the misinformation with that, because I just got Lemon 8 like a couple weeks ago, and then everybody from TikTok's been following me on there, and I was just like, wait, why did everybody tell us to go over here?
Yeah, I think I'm
on those too.
I'm just gonna stop my TikTok and all that stuff. I
stopped posting on TikTok,
I think I'm just gonna be like YouTube, and I'm barely Twitter. Like our podcast stuff is on Twitter, but like I privated my Twitter a long time ago, just because of not political, but I mean political, but also just that,
a lot of things.
Well, that place is just a cesspool in general. It's just poorly run.
I go on there for like 2 minutes, like that's it.
Yeah, and Blue Sky
That
is
is
really nice,
it.
but now I'm getting Blue Sky bots, and I'm not liking them.
Oh, I haven't gotten the bots yet.
Yep, I've been getting a lot of bots lately.
Oh, well, shoot.
Yeah, so hopefully those go away or something. But yeah, they're kind of annoying. They don't talk to me; they just follow me. Thankfully, but
Yeah.
I'm used to it with the other things. So yeah, they can find you pretty much everywhere. Gluten Free Waifu. What days do you stream? What times?
Am currently, it might slightly change because I do go to school full time, but I am Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday around 1 o'clock Pacific time because I'm in good old Cali. But yeah, full time JRPG streamer, mainly focused on first playthroughs, but 2025, mainly the year
The
of
Year of the
Yakuza.
Dragon.
Yes,
Yes.
except it's the year of the snake. I was like,
Yeah.
dang it, I should have done it last time.
Yeah. Oh well.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Exactly. Ghost of Ben, are you still here?
Of course I'm still here.
Okay, awesome. That's great. I don't know. I saw your text from an hour ago. But awesome. Well, this has been another awesome episode of Get at Gaming Podcast where we talk about anything. If you are new here, consider hitting that why doesn't this work? Consider hitting that subscribe button on YouTube to watch our videos. If you want to listen to us instead on audio, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, all that other stuff. We're going to try to start posting videos on Spotify because that's a thing now. And so hopefully that will do something. But we really like you to follow us on Spotify if you haven't already, because we're trying to get those numbers up, because then that helps with monetization. We like doing this for free, but if we could get some money, that'd be kind of nice. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Ben, do you have anything to say, first of all? Like, not even just the get at it, but like, do you have anything to say as the ghost fly on the wall?
Just the ghost. It just honestly, like, this being our 5-year anniversary, just how much this has evolved. Thoroughly enjoy that. Also, I have been on her streams before. It is one of the few streams I like to watch because there's like everyone's so nice to everybody. So definitely follow her on where she is at for streams and everything else. I don't really have anything else, to be honest.
All right, Michaela, you know the drill. Get at it.
Get at it.
Get at it.